Hello, this is Bilal and I teach O&A level economics. Today we'll be solving some MCQs for the chapter Production Possibility Curve and Basic Economic Problem for the level O levels. Now, the way you're going to solve these MCQs with me is when you see an MCQ, you just need to pause the video, solve it yourself, and then resume. And then you need to listen how I come to the answer and why your answer is wrong if it is wrong. All right, so let's get started with the first MCQ. A student defined opportunity cost as the alternate given up when a course of action is followed. Why is this definition inadequate? All right, so the definition for opportunity cost is the next best alternate. And in this definition, it just mentions the alternative given up. All right. So why is this wrong? Let's say I want to go to Dubai. If I'm unable to go to Dubai, I would want to go to, let's say, UAE. And if I'm unable to go to UAE, I would want to go to USA. So these are my priorities. If I go to Dubai, the opportunity cost is only UAE, the next best alternative, rather than all the alternatives. That is why it's wrong. So the correct answer is the next best alternative is not stressed, which is important. It should be the next best. That is the only opportunity cost. So if I go to Dubai, in this case, Dubai and UAE are the same thing. It doesn't matter. So let's say South Africa. Right? If I go to Dubai, South Africa is my opportunity cost. Right? So let's move on to the next MCQ. What is the cause of scarcity in an economy? So the definition for scarcity is needs and wants are unlimited and resources are limited. So that is the basic definition of scarcity. You just need to see the options and which option matches with the definition is our answer. So B and A are incorrect because employment and investment have nothing to do with scarcity, whereas resources and wants do. Now, are resources unlimited or wants unlimited? The correct answer is wants are unlimited. I hope you got this right. It's very easy. Resources are limited. Okay, the next MCQ. Which statement about factors of production is correct? All right, there are 4 factors of production, also known as resources, land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. Right? So capital is the money people keep in the bank. This is incorrect. Now, a lot of students tend to confuse this. Money is not capital in economics. It is capital in business studies and also in accounting. But in economics, man-made resources are capital, and that is the only thing that you people should know. Right? Enterprise is found more in service industries than in manufacturing industries. Again, this is incorrect. The reason this is incorrect is it's not necessary entrepreneurs are more in service industries. For example, countries like Pakistan, there are more entrepreneurs in manufacturing industries. Labor includes only those who work with their hands. Incorrect. There are intellectual labor as well. They work using their brains or they give consultancy. So they're not doing anything with their hands. They're just giving advices from their experiences. So D, land includes resources found in or under the sea. Right? Land is found on earth as well and under or on the sea as well. Anything that is a natural resource is a land. So D is the correct answer. Moving on. Each factor of production earns an income. What are the incomes for capital and enterprise? So for capital, the income is interest. And for enterprise, the income is profit. For labor, it's wages, and for land, it's rent. So let's look at the options: capital interest, enterprise profit. All right, now we're moving on to the production possibility curve aspect. The diagram shows an initial production possibility curve, and it's shifting from PPC1 to PPC2, which means that this is a shift outwards. Now, a PPC would shift due to a change in the quality or quantity of resources, right? Quality or quantity of resources. Now the PPC is shifting outwards, which means the quality or quantity has increased. Now let's look at the options. Better educated workforce seems to be the right answer. Reason: this increases the quality of labor. A decrease in availability of raw material is incorrect because the PPC would then shift inwards. Increase in wages has nothing to do with a shift in the PPC. And this is a misconception. Students think wages would affect PPC. Lower productivity would shift the PPC inwards because it is reducing the quality of labor. However, if it mentioned increase in productivity, the PPC would have shifted outwards, and this would have been also a correct answer. So in the given circumstances, only A is the right answer. A country is operating at point X on its production possibility curve. A drought significantly reduced agricultural output. Which point represents the new position? Alright, so we are at point X and there is a drought. So in a drought, agriculture production would decrease. Looking at B and A, B is totally impossible because it's beyond the PPC curve. And looking at A, we are actually reducing the production of agricultural goods. But A is also incorrect because this is showing a movement from point X to A, which means we are allocating more resources towards A. But in the situation, there is a drought. We are not allocating, but we are not able to produce more of agricultural goods. Now, if we look at point D and X, they are on the same line. So D is also incorrect because we are producing the same amount of agricultural goods and the drought would reduce the production. So D is incorrect. C is the right answer because movement from X to C reduces the production of agricultural goods, right? So C is the right answer. Moving on to the next one, the diagram shows production possibility curve. Which position is most likely to lead to a greatest outward shift in the PPC? Now, the consumer goods and the capital goods. And capital is also a resource. So if I produce more of capital goods, the quantity of capital would increase. As a result, the PPC would shift outwards. So any point that produces the most amount of capital good would lead to the greatest shift in the PPC outward in the longer term. So A is worse, C is better than A, B is better than C, and D is better than B. So D is the right answer, right? Next, the diagram shows the country's production possibility curve. What statement is correct? Okay, a movement from point X to Y shows a decrease in efficiency in the economy. So if I'm moving from point X to Y, it is not a decrease in efficiency, rather it's an increase in efficiency. Hence, this is incorrect. Moving on, a movement from X to Z shows a discovery of new resources in the economy. This is incorrect. Had there been a discovery of new resources, the PPC would have shifted outwards. A movement from Y to Z shows resources are being diverted from capital to consumer goods. Y to Z. We are reallocating resources from capital and we are putting them in consumer goods. That's the right answer. And this is the concept of reallocation of resources. D, a movement from Y to Z shows an increase in efficiency in the economy. Y to Z. At point Y we are at full employment, at Z we are at full employment. So we are fully efficient at both the points, and therefore this is incorrect. The diagram shows a production possibility curve for an economy. Which change on the diagram would represent an increase in employment? All right. So if you want to see an increase in employment, we'll move from a point inside the PPC towards the full employment level. So this also shows increase. Increase in unemployment. So from full employment, we'll be moving towards the point inside the PPC. So from point W to Y also shows unemployment. From X to Y also shows unemployment. Both of them are correct. Let's look at the option and which option is present. W to X, no. W to Y, this is the boy we are looking for. Y to X, no, it's in opposite direction. So opposite direction means increase in employment. Y to Z. Y to Z is incorrect because Z is impossible to achieve. And the last MCQ. The diagram shows a change in an economy's PPC from year 1 to year 2. So from year 1 to year 2, we are producing more of services and the number of goods that are being produced are the same. So this means the productivity, efficiency have increased for the services sectors only and the production for goods have remained the same. Resources have moved from the production of services to the production of goods. This is incorrect. This is a concept of reallocation. So there is no reallocation, rather there is a pivotal shift. The number of workers unemployed in manufacturing has fallen. No, there has been no change in employment in the manufacturing sector, hence this is also incorrect. The producers of services have introduced better technology. Yes. And that is the reason they're able to produce more in the year 2. The workers in the production of goods have become less efficient. No, the efficiency for producing goods have remained the same. Right? So that is it. I hope you got most of the MCQs correct. I hope you ace your tests. Best of luck. See you again. Goodbye.